Hello, everybody. Welcome to another show with Danny, the King of Chaos, over here.
Yeah, good morning, nobody. Uh, How's everything going?
Hey, good morning, nobody. Yeah, there
Nobody
is
here.
nobody. As I said that, there's nobody except. Oh, now we got 10, so maybe they heard a good morning. I don't know.
Wait. James is nobody.
Well,
Good morning.
anyway, the only one here right now is James Farley, but that will change. That'll change. Hello, James.
Good morning, James.
Well, it says Cherry Carter already. See?
Jimmy Carter. Good morning, love.
Yeah, listen, you. Anyway, Danny. Well, we're starting the show. We're only starting the show at the moment, so there's not a lot of people here. But yeah, I mean, I was telling you off camera, I was doing good, not eating sugar and stuff like that, this past few days. However, when this is something I couldn't wait. I was going to tell you this. I was going to call you and tell you this, but I decided maybe I'll just leave it for our show because it's get your full impact when I tell you this news. You're not going to believe it. I know it. But in addition to the other dietary changes that I've been making, I also have decided that I don't like the idea anymore of the way they treat calves for veal. And I did a lot of soul searching, and I decided that I will no longer eat veal. So I figured you'd be really happy about that, and we could start our show on a positive note.
Wow, Joe. What happened? You seen a video or something about it?
No, I didn't even see the video. I just thought about it, and I thought, why did? Because you're right. I mean, there's other food. Okay, look, they don't. Whenever they prepare meat, they don't really always treat them the best, but there's a little more humanely in some cases. But when it comes to the veal, they do put them in cages and to get them so they can't move, and
Right.
that makes the veal a little more like tender. So I decided enough of that. I'm not going to get true. Even if I don't eat veal, it's true that they're going to keep on doing that anyway. But you know what? At least my conscience will be clear. So
That's
I decided that no more veal for me. I don't care. I'm done. Absolutely done.
that that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, those people in slaughterhouses that abuse the animals, they're gonna pay. Their
Yeah.
time is gonna come.
Yeah. So that's it. No more for me. Everybody in the comments, you believe it? Holy cow. Look at this. Whoa. Robbie, good morning to you. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you,
It
Robbie.
means a lot. But as I say, let's go back to what we were starting to talk about.
I know
I'm done with the veal. You're never going to hear me talk about eating it again. I'm finished.
you're never gonna stop it, but at least I know in my heart I don't support it.
No,
Because
well, that's it. That's it exactly. That is it exactly.
you gotta remember, I love animals, all kinds of animals. I know I eat chicken, I eat pork and stuff like that. And believe it or not, when I look at a steak or something like that, this animal had to give up its life so we can eat. And if you think about it, it's very sad, but nothing could be done.
Yeah, no more veal for me. I'm finished forever.
Yeah, the April Fool's joke. I hate you. I hate you.
No way am I giving up veal. Get
You're
out
going
of
to
here.
hell. You're going to hell,
Get out
Joe.
of here. No, I'm not. I mean, I've been in hell, the post office. I've been there. And we got people. I fooled a lot of people, it seems.
No, man. Come on,
Good on
Joe.
you, Joe. Yeah, well, good on you, Cherry. Bad on me. No way. No way.
No. You suck, Joe.
My health, my food comes first.
Yeah.
I said that wrong, but I baked an Irish tea cake, soaked the dried fruit in black cold Irish tea overnight. It's moist, not overly sweet, good with butter on a cup of tea.
Sounds good.
What's up, Beetle Eddie?
Good morning.
Yeah, right, Mick. Yeah, meat, the natural human diet. You tell him, man. Protein and veal all day.
You're gonna pay. When you reach
Watch
your
it,
gate.
Danny. Watch it, Danny. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. Don't wish things on people. It's not right. You're eating. As long as you eat animals, same thing with you. You know. Oh, happy Passover too for the Jewish friends.
Oh yeah, happy Passover. That's right. It's all together. Yeah, Easter, Passover.
I pay extra for eggs, free range eggs. I am happy to pay more for the welfare of the chickens. Bark,
Yeah,
bark, 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 bark. They get on my plate, chickens.
they're like 213 a dozen here where I am from Aldi's. A dozen of eggs, cheap.
Yeah, nice and cheap now.
Good morning, Mark Taylor.
Hello, Mark. Lamb envy. Lamb's good too, Robbie. Yeah, lamb.
No,
Lamb
no,
is.
no, no, those poor sheep. No, they're adorable.
Hey, speaking of chicken, okay. Should I tell you more stories from my girlfriend? Well, first of all, the night before, she has this habit where she's got like a snack table near the side of the couch where she sits. She has a glass of water. You know how many times I could be a rich man if I had a nickel for every time she knocked it over. So she reaches over to get it. Boom! I got it. And my first reaction was like, I always like, but just like a gut reaction, I stop. I catch myself. I'm like, again, you know. And last night, I'm in here doing. I'm not last night. The movie night, Monday. You might have heard it in the movie show. Near the end, I'm sitting here and I hear something in the kitchen. She's making dinner and I hear, oh shit, god damn it. Oh my god, she dropped something else. So after the show's over, I go in there and I say, what happened? She was making chicken in a Pyrex glass thing. And she was taken out of the oven, and the way she lifted it, she turned it backwards too much, and the chicken fell into the oven with all the juice.
Oh God!
And the whatever is in there, and now we have to clean the oven. She didn't clean it yet, by the way, but we have to do it before we cook it again. Presumably, there could be fire hazards in there. I mean, look, man, I'm tired of it, But these things happen. It's part of life.
Joe, you're not gonna get a fire. You're gonna get a lot of smoke.
We did. We did. I guess this is when I'm telling you, please, when I call you names and I tease you and say you're not too bright, you know a lot of stuff, man, because that is true.
April Fools.
When I came out of here after the show, the place you couldn't see. It looked like London. You couldn't see anything. It smoked through the whole freaking house, man.
Joe, don't you know if you spill stuff in the oven, you got to clean the oven out. Otherwise, it's going to burn. It's going to burn in there. No open flame, but it's going to burn and you get smoke and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I said, but we still have to do that. That cleaning is yet to be done. By the way, David, thank you very much for your help here, and I really hope you're doing well. I know you're doing. You told me last time in a comment that you're improving. By the way, let me take a moment. This is not an April Fool's joke. Believe me, I wouldn't joke about this one. Okay, the April Fool for me joke is over. All right, the thing is, about Pete. I'm sorry, Pete Pardo. Sea of Tranquility.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He's been away because he said he's had a serious health problem, and he just updated his problem was. His problem was that he had major brain surgery. Wow. So he's doing pretty good, I think. But I want to wish him well too. I look at his channel, now and then, and just
what did he have? An aneurysm?
I don't know. That's all he said. That's all he said.
Yeah, aneurysm or maybe a tumor.
I would eat more meat, but it's expensive. Well, what I hear is everybody who's in carnivore diets, when they say that, people say it's expensive to eat meat only, or a lot of meat. The thing is, they say, but you got to remember, if you're eating meat, you're not buying everything else too. So you're not spending money on everything else. You're just buying the meat. So you're paying the same thing you paid maybe just for the meat though, instead of everything. If that makes any sense, but I don't think Daddy will ever go on a carnivore-only diet because
no, eat peanut butter, plant-based protein, better for you than dairy protein. You eat all that cholesterol, you're gonna clog your arteries. They put me on the table. I'm in a zipper club. They cut my chest open because I have clogged arteries, and there's no picnic. But sometimes you just don't make it. You die on the table.
Well, I will say I'm not at this point in my journey, which I am doing. I I'm not sold on the idea. I mean, some carnivore people eat only meat, no
Right.
vegetables, no fruit. I don't do that. I'm ketovore when I do it, meaning I have meat. I want a lot of meat protein, but I also will have some vegetables, and I will have plants and things like that.
And it's very, very common as adults get older that their valves go bad, their arteries clogged. It's very common open heart surgery. Very. I know a few people had it, so it's not a rare thing.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'm getting teary. Luke loves us.
We love you too.
Thank you, thank you. Now, on a good note from Robbie, okay, he finally moved into his new place. 27 boxes of records to the third floor. That's all. Only 27 boxes. He's not gonna remember. There's no. You got to remember one thing about the chaos. There's no chaos here unless I allow it, unless I react to it. Right, Danny?
I can't believe what you did with that feel. I really honestly thought that you had a heart. You
Well,
ain't
it's April Fool's Day, man. It's April. There's no way. I do have a heart of gold, as a matter of fact. But there's nothing I can do to stop that. Even like I said, even if I stopped it, they'll still do it anyway. So those poor things that are mistreated with my heart, at
you,
least I get they didn't have that in vain. They didn't die in vain.
you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna wrap my arm like that with a bandage and stuff like that, and say to you, Lola bit the shit out of me. That would have been the
Oh, you didn't. I thought for sure Danny was going to say April Fool or early in the morning. Hello, Marcus.
Good morning, Marcus. Love you, bro.
Good morning, Ramoga.
Morning,
What's the good
Ramoga.
word? Nah, I don't want
Oh,
Danny to
mamma
say.
mia, mamma mia. Hey,
Nah.
you want to hear a story? Yesterday morning, Robin gets up. She says, I got this song in my head, and she hadn't been playing the radio or something. I want to ride my bike. No, I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I says, you get that song? Where did that song come from? She said, I don't know. It come in my head. I said, that's a Queen song. That's done by Freddie Mercury and Queen. She didn't know. The song just appeared in her head.
Yeah. Hello, Elliot. Good morning to you.
Morning,
That,
Elliot.
that reminded me. Wait a minute, Danny. You could have had April Fool's prank Joe and come on the stream bandage and say Lola attacked you. Nah, he might have got me with that. But you see, the whole thing with me is every day of my life, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I always do, I've done this since I was, geez, a teenager or something. I say, what day is it? Oh, today's whatever it is, March 30th. Today, March 31st. When I get to April 1st, I say, what's today's date? April 1st. Oh, April Fool's Day. So be on the lookout. And everything. And then right away, I start seeing a lot of bullshit. People think they're going to get me. They never get me. Now, that one I'm not 100% sure of. That I might have believed. I don't know. But I'm always on the lookout. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I want to talk about, we don't want to talk about Beatles here. It's not a Beatles thing, but Danny really likes the new Paul McCartney song that's called
Uh,
Days We Left Behind, right, Danny?
that song should be on the radio, first of all. Second of all, it's going to hit number one in the UK, and it's going to hit number one in the United States. Number two, I think is one of the best songs he ever written.
Yeah, I think people are going overboard on it. And by that, I don't mean that I don't like it. I do. I think it's a
What
good
about
song. I think it's a good song. I just personally don't think it's the greatest, among the greatest things he's ever done.
it's about all of us. What about the
Yeah.
days we left behind?
Yes, it is.
You
You can
know,
relate. It's about his days, but we can relate to it, right?
right? Yeah, anybody can relate to that song. Well done, Paul.
Yeah. Maybe it just must be the movie. If you listen to Danny's voice, you know it's only in the movies.
It's on jazz. I don't know. She claimed she didn't. Good morning.
Good morning, Zeb. Exactly. It is my birthday month. This month, at some point, I will turn 64, like the song goes. It is what it is, man. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning, Christian. Good morning.
This happens to me too sometimes. Since I retired, I lose track of what day it is. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I don't. I just have a mind for the calendar, so I always know what date it is. But sometimes I'm not always. I have to rethink what day of the week it is. Sometimes, since I don't work, I'm like, is today what, Thursday, Wednesday? What is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. That happens.
You know, Joe, I didn't talk to you all week. It's been about a week.
Yeah, I was losing weight. I lost 5 pounds since you last talked to me. I last talked to you.
Brain cells?
What?
You lost 5 pounds of brain cells?
Good one. Good one, Dan. And that's no April Fool's joke.
5 pounds. That's good.
So this Sunday there will be a weight loss journey discussion. Anybody out there who's interested in that, check out this channel. Sunday I will be doing a next weight loss discussion.
So see, he's giving you the hint. So when he loses weight, he'll have a video. If he's gaining weight, you won't have one. Right off the bat.
Well, that's not 100% true at all. But in this case, at this time, that is true. That is the case. There was no point in doing more the last few weeks. There was no point.
Joe, you start these shows and then you do a couple shows and then you stop. Like the movie chat. Yeah, you did a movie chat Monday, but for 2 weeks you didn't have no movie chat. You got to be consistent.
Oh, you mean it's like that show that you and I did, the Goombas of Gore, and then we never made another one? Is that what you mean?
No, you got to. We have to get together, and you got to.
You said you don't want to do another Goombas of Gore.
Nah, you know what? I looked at the views. It hasn't changed in months. It's ridiculous. It's not even 300.
Well, you win some, you lose some, man. That's just the way it is, But in this case, so anyway, to correct you, there will be times, if I stay on straight and narrow, there will be times when nothing happens one show to the next. It stays the same. But there'll be a time when I gain 1 or 2. I'm not gonna worry about that. But when I gain like 9, that's a whole different story. In March last month, now we could call it last month. Last March, I started out. I lost a few, then I gained back like 9. And March sucked. March I gave up. I said, forget it. And now I'm back again, and it's mostly water probably, but still doesn't matter. Numbers are numbers. Numbers are numbers. Weight is weight, whatever it caused by.
Yeah, you got to do something. It's bad for the heart.
Oh, yeah, I know. You know what else is bad for the heart? It's that cigarette smoking you're doing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Really, you get older now. Joe, you're getting older now. You know what I mean? Before you know, you'll be 74.
Now you're telling me. You know how fast it went from 54 to 64? Forget it.
Yeah.
I think I cracked the promise on Forthland Road. He promised the others, I'll never stop making music. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's an interesting theory because in the song he mentions it's a promise they made. And he never broke the promise. But then again, I think at the time he said that, they might not have been making music so much. I don't know. It's hard to know. That's interesting. And by the way, I saw over the weekend, I saw the movie again, one of my favorite, greatest movies, Ben-Hur.
Oh, God.
I saw it on the big screen.
Wait a minute. And I heard you might see it again.
I might. The problem is, I have today and tomorrow to go. I'm thinking of tomorrow. The reason I want to see it again is because, unfortunately, the theater I went to, the sound got screwed up, and it kind of ruined the experience. So I would go see it again. The only thing is I don't really want to go by myself. I've seen it myself in 2009 for its 50th anniversary. I traveled myself all the way into New York City to see it at the Ziegfeld Theater, which was huge, old-fashioned, big grand theater with chandeliers and all that. But since then, I want to see it with someone, preferably somebody who's never seen it before.
Yeah, but who wants to sit there for 4 hours like you?
That's stupid. A dumb person, again. Have a little. First of all, it feels so good. You're enjoying it so much, you don't pay attention to the time. You shouldn't anyway. People just get so spooked by the idea of the time. Ooh, 4 hours. Get out of here. First of all, it's like 3 hours. I think it's around 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's like watching two movies in the old days. You used to have double features.
Those gladiator movies suck.
There's no gladiators in the whole damn movies.
Yeah, well, yeah, Chariot
the whole
race.
Movie.
Like that. Yeah, it's the same.
Chariot, one of the greatest scenes ever shot in motion picture history. Still holds up. And there's a lot more to that movie, let me tell you, than just the you got me saying gladiator, than the Chariot race. There's a lot more to it than that. All right. So anyway, the bicycle song is on the album Jazz. There you go.
Thank you, Sherry Carter.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, that you see that over and over though.
These are. I don't know why I ripped it up, man. I can kick myself in the ass, but these are bookends from the Bradford Exchange. But I didn't want to. I just threw it out. But here, maybe I can get you a little view. You see, is see that?
Sure, there's the tree. You don't want any of those apples.
They're lighted bookends. They're $79 each. But I got Wizard of Oz plates from this company years ago. I got a set of 13.
Yeah,
they're beautiful. They're not only plates. They on the top they have a plastic images and stuff like that. Not just a regular porcelain plate, and it comes with a certificate. But I don't want to start. First of all, I got no books because I can't read. I got no books. So what do I need bookends? But anyway, they're beautifully crafted. Beautiful. Greetings from the United States.
Greetings, Bill. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Can you imagine how Days We Left Behind would sound with a young Beatle Paul's voice? No.
No.
Absolutely not. That defeats the whole purpose of the song. The whole idea of it is he's an old man now and he's remembering the days we left behind. That's the whole point of it. Why would the young guy sing that?
Beetle Eddie, yes, some of your comments are ridiculous. I don't know.
That's fighting words. Watch how you insult my audience.
He knows me.
Do I take vitamins or supplements? I take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day. And I always say this, I did it before COVID even started. And I also take glucosamine, chondroitin, osteobiflex because for my knees. I had arthritis in my knees in 2003 and 2004, and I was having some serious issues. Then a coworker recommended osteobiflex. It's like cartilage and all this stuff, whatever, for the cartilage fish. Anyway, shellfish. Be that as it may, I don't want to jinx it, but for the last 20 years, knock wood. Okay? I swear by that stuff. But you have to get it early enough. I own Ben-Hur on Blu-ray. Don't love it as much as you do. Yep, that's fine. But this guy says David Ben-Hur is absolutely great.
Wait a minute. The Wizard of Oz is the best movie ever made.
It's a classic.
It's everything in it. It's got comedy, drama, suspense, thriller. It's everything. Love.
Everything you just said is in Ben-Hur times 10.
No.
Well, you didn't even see it. You probably never saw the whole damn thing.
No. I like the Tin Man and the Lion and the Scarecrow. It's completely different.
Did you ever see the whole movie of Ben-Hur?
I got it. I have it.
Did you ever see the whole? Are you able to sit there and watch the whole thing with your mind? It has everything in it, like you just said.
No, I got OCD. I could never sit through 4 hours of a movie. I go berserk.
No, that's what I believe. I believe that.
No, I don't have OCD. I'm only kidding. April Fools.
Oh yeah, right.
But
always fall asleep in the cinema. Oh no. I
Yeah,
mean, I
especially
fall asleep. I fall asleep at home, not usually in the cinema.
yeah, he don't fall asleep in the cinema because he's paying money out of his pocket. You gotta make
Yeah,
sure he
yeah,
pays.
yeah. Because I'm always worried about the money. Like he is. He's the kind of guy that would make sure he stayed awake because he wants to
Oh,
get his money's worth.
update. Joe's gonna go see Ben-Hur because they had audio and video problems the last time he went all over again.
I don't know if I'm going to see it. I might not go if it's just me by myself this time. I saw it with my girlfriend the last time, and too bad about the audio. You know, Amoeba. Yeah, I saw that Amoeba Records is another Paul McCartney exclusive. Guess what? I'm not getting it. It's an awful cover. It's an ugly, awful cover that Amoeba Records. It's ridiculous. It's an all black cover with a red or orange, looks like a sperm splooge, splat, a freaking, it says, Boys of Dungeon Lane. And I'm like, what the hell is that? It's a disgusting cover. I'm not getting it. I'm only getting the green vinyl, I decide. I'm getting the green vinyl. I'm not getting the yellow. I'm not getting the purple, the pink, the red, the white, the gold. Ain't happening. Those days are done, going the whole gamut. It's ridiculous. And that's my opinion now.
You don't play the
cover. Don't be an idiot, okay? At all. I don't play the cover. Get out of here, you.
You play the music.
Ridiculous. I must get The Wizard of Oz in 3D Blu-ray. I want to dodge the fireballs thrown by Margaret Hamilton. I always wonder about that because I'm not a fan of the idea of movies that were not made in 3D originally, putting them in the 3D. And how does it? They're not going to be throwing them at the audience because that wasn't how it was shot, right? If it wasn't filmed that way with them coming out at the audience. No. However, I will say I saw Jaws in 3D, which also was not made in 3D, and it looks amazing on the big theater screen. Let me say that again. On the big theater screen, it looks amazing. Jaws in 3D. Nothing comes out because it wasn't shot that way.
You talk too much. I love 4D, man.
Don't tell me that I talk too much. This is my show.
Wait a minute. I heard you want to buy my record. You will buy my record. That's very thoughtful of you. Yeah, I can see where the witch is on top of the roof of the cabin, and she goes, "Hey, Scarecrow, you want to play a little ball?" That's fucking awesome, man.
This guy, all he likes is childish movies.
What?
Anyway,
no. This movie's for anybody.
Well, here's the thing. The 10 Commandments is in the theaters. A few things about this. The first thing is we did see it in the theaters back in 2016 when it came back. How was 2016 10 years ago already? And anyway, we looked to see if for some reason, we can't find any theaters that are playing it near us. So I'm not going to worry about it. Plus, the 10 Commandments, even though I love Charlton Heston, 10 Commandments can't hold a candle to Ben-Hur. Let's put it this way. The 10 Commandments is like the Wizard of Oz. It's like a childish, silly, hokey movie compared to Ben-Hur, which is more serious.
I'm telling you, man, you're dumb.
Wizard of Oz is definitely not as boring as Ben-Hur. Well, I know, first of all, hold on a minute. Marcus is just doing that to try to get a rise out of him. He doesn't even necessarily believe it. Number two, if you do believe that, well, then you're a man of very low, IQ or intelligence.
They're different kind of movies. You can't compare.
Totally different kind of movies.
Let me tell you, if that went to IMAX, The Wizard of Oz, I drive 3 hours with Robin to go see it.
Has everything. There's even a little comedy during the sequence at that dinner when you have to belch if you like your food, and that's a little comedy in that where about having all the wives. One of the sheik has all these wives. It doesn't make sense to have only one wife. That I have 7. That's a one comedy bit in the whole thing. That's great. Absolutely, David. It has everything in it, and the chariot race you can watch over and over and over and over. I'm saying people are comparing The Days We Left Behind to Beatles songs, so with a young voice, it could be compared to Eleanor Rigby. Yeah, see, but the thing is, when I said that, when people are comparing it, I don't mean. I made a video about this on my other channel, and the thing is, I'm not saying so much that they're saying, is it Beatle worthy? Like a Beatle could have sang it, like it could have been recorded in the Beatle day. I just mean, is it as good? Is it a good, great song? Is it as great a song as some of the Beatles' a great song? Is it as great as Eleanor Rigby? I'll tell you right now, no. Uh, you know, not so much do I mean could it have been sung but in the early days as a Beatles song? That's not what I mean. Because is it a great, just the quality of it in general? Is it as good? And like I said, I like the new McCartney song, and it's good, I think.
First of all, it's piano based, right? You can't compare it to any other song.
By the way, speaking of the Academy Awards, Danny, let this sink in again. Ben-Hur won 11 Academy Awards. 11 for everything. Actor, supporting actor, best picture, music, director, everything.
Yes, that's a matter of opinion. I don't care.
It is a matter of opinion as to whether you like
something. Wizard of Oz was 1939.
Yeah. I think Son of Frankenstein is better than The Wizard of Oz. What do you,
it's
also 1939.
You're pretty dumb. You never had
anyway, what's the best? I don't know all the Academy Award winning pictures. I know the film Marty I like a lot from 1955. Trying to remember the other ones. Help me, give me an education. Remind me of what the best pictures were in the 50s. Oh, good morning, Eric.
Morning, Eric.
Joe and Danny, I have another granddaughter coming in June. Congratulations to you. I'll have two girls and one boy granddaughter. But sometimes I say, "Oh God, I wouldn't want to be born today." So no offense. Congratulations being a grandpa again. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be born today. Ooh.
Joe, go there. Goes your donations.
Being honest. I didn't see Jaws in 3D, but my kids and I went to go see it last summer, and it looked really good. Oh, yeah. Look who's here, J.D. Thompson. J.D. Thompson, I'm down 5 since I last spoke to you. Down 5 already. That's, well, the early days when, you know how it is. The first 10 or so are fast, then you missed. What did you miss? You missed my April Fool's joke to Danny. I opened the show by saying that I was definitely thinking about it. I'm no longer going to eat veal anymore because I don't like the way they prepare veal and the animals, and I'm not going to. And he took it, Jill. He fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know what? You're going to pay for your.
Don't go there because you eat stuff like chicken and stuff, and the stuff they do to chicken. So don't even go there.
No. Tootsie Rolls and marshmallows.
Yeah, that too.
There
you go. Vinyl should be black. Other colors look cheap and tacky. No, I like colored vinyl, but not enough to buy every version, every iteration anymore. Years ago, I saw half of the original silent Ben-Hur, and that was very good. I still haven't seen the sound version with Charlton Heston. I'm sure that is excellent. Please watch it one day. Some people may have problems with the religious tones in it. It's the basic story is a story among two friends who were very close and then fell out and had a quarrel, and then they revenge and trying to deal with the things that happen to somebody when you let the evil come into your heart, and you shouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, sort of like our relationship, Joe.
Well, I don't know about evil, but and then occasionally there's a little bit of Jesus Christ that comes in and out of the picture here and there, but it's not the focal center of the whole movie. It's a good old man song, exactly. Not a shadow on Here, There, Everywhere, for no one let it be. Amen, Cherry. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if it was as good, I'd definitely say it. There have been McCartney solo songs that I say are as good as Beatles songs, and I'll give you a couple of them. Little Willow from Flaming Pie, Some Days from Flaming Pie, Jenny Wren, Chaos and Creation. Those are as good as Beatles songs to me, in my opinion. My own opinion. Okay, The Wizard of Oz was looked looked amazing at the Las Vegas Sphere, real 3D. Did you hear about that? Is that the one with the big giant screen? It's like,
Yeah.
how much is it supposed
No,
to
no,
get in?
it's like a globe. It's what do you call it? It's like a round globe.
Yeah,
And
Danny, you should see that show if you like the movie that much.
no, I'm not going. I'm not going to Las Vegas. Anybody goes to Las Vegas, it's got to be not dumb.
Why?
Beware, because in the 1940s they set off a few atomic bombs there, and the radiation is still there.
Oh, interesting. Hey, that's when Danny's brightness comes out.
What do you think, John Wayne and I forgot what movie they were filming there in Las Vegas. There, all of them died of cancer, I think, except for one.
So in other words, here's where the stupidity comes in. See, he was just very smart and bright with that, but here's where not so bright comes in. So everybody that's ever been in Las Vegas has died.
No, I'm not saying that, but the fallout is there. Shelf life of radiation, half life is 10,000 years.
I don't keep track of which films won Academy Awards, but I like Hitchcock's 50s films, Rear Window and North by Northwest. Yeah, they're good.
North by Northwest, I couldn't follow that movie.
Me either, to be honest with you.
I couldn't follow it. Rear Window is excellent. There's many others.
I don't know. Somebody have any answer to this? I don't know what a Ten Commandments got, if anything.
I don't know.
Is this Peter? Peter,
Yeah.
why don't you just get you got to get your name back here, man.
Peter, I'm going to do The Days We Left Behind, okay? And you're going to reproduce it for me.
Okay, Lord of the Rings also won 11 Academy Awards in their year, so it's been done besides Ben-Hur. Yeah. Ben-Hur was the first.
There you go.
And I got another zinger for you. Remember, the way I debate is I give you one little jab and another jab, and then it's on a knockout punch. Titanic also has 11 Academy Awards. Both movies I prefer over Ben-Hur. No shtick. Okay, there's no problem with that. I have no problem with your preference. That's fine. That's subjective. But I'll also tell you that, you know what? Titanic and also Lord of the Rings, CG City, baby. CG computer fakery city. No fakery in the chariot race. Okay? So there you go. No CG. They had to build things, even with the ships. They had to build the model ships. They didn't just CG in the Titanic when it sinks and it goes upside down or whatever. I saw how they did it. It's all CG. The people on there are CG, even. The victims that are starting to fall into the water, that's all CG. I don't like CG. That's cheating. My favorite Oscar 50s Oscar Best Picture, American in Paris, never seen it. Bridge on the River Kwai, never seen it. Don't care to see either one of those, personally. Danny, you should forget about the Tootsie Rolls and the marshmallows. Eat real food. Exactly, which is what I'm doing the last week, okay? And already I'm showing signs. I've been exercising every day, and I've been eating no sugar, and I've been eating no bread, and I already dropped 5. And like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, okay, 5. Now, I realize the beginning is easy, as far as losing. But, Danny, what do you say to this?
First of all, I don't eat marshmallows.
Yes, you do.
No.
Since when, this morning?
I used to eat marshmallows. And Tootsie Rolls, I haven't had them in a couple of weeks. I'm starting to get the shakes, so I have to get some.
I get the shakes too, man. Oh man, Danny, why don't you see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere? Well, he's afraid of it.
I just told you I'm not going to Nevada. In 1940 or 40, I don't think 42, they set off 2 or 3 atomic bombs there. It's radiated. I'm not going there.
So you're afraid of?
Wait a minute. You don't think the meltdowns they had in Japan, they had a complete meltdown in Japan. Nuclear power plant. You don't think people are still dying from that now? Sure they are. You think that the radiation didn't come here?
I'm gonna get you, Danny. I'm gonna get you because I love this. First of all, so in other words, you don't want to go to Las Vegas one time to see the Wizard of Oz show. You're afraid you're gonna. You're afraid you're gonna get cancer. However, you smoke cigarettes every day of your fucking life.
That's completely different.
No, it's not completely different.
No. You step into radiation. It's guaranteed you're going to get sick. For smoking, you can get sick and not get sick.
No. I disagree.
I'm not flying in no airplane. If you watch the live stream before, I do not fly in any airplane. Look what happened the other day. No. I'm staying. I like my feet on the ground.
I don't know, Danny. I don't know.
I go watch that from Las Vegas on my big screen TV. To me, it's the same.
No, it is not the same. Oh, God help me! It is not the same thing.
To me, it's the same.
I believe to you it's the same, but it's not the same. Things look like they come out of the screen. It's a huge fucking globe. You feel like you're there. It's a totally different thing.
You go to movies, you get COVID, you get influenza, you get all kinds of shit.
Just stay in your damn house the rest of your life.
That's it. I love it home. There's no place like home.
Yeah.
Home. I can't click my heels. There's no place.
Speaking of films that reference Jesus, The Robe was very good. Richard Burton plays one of the schools. Yeah, I know what it is.
Wait a minute. 1939, Gone with the Wind. How many awards did that get?
Not as much as Ben-Hur.
That won over The Wizard of Oz, which, I'm going to be 70 in May, and I haven't seen the whole movie, Gone with the Wind.
Well, that you don't need to see. Trust me on that, okay? I saw the whole thing. It's a beautiful looking movie. It's got great music and it's beautiful, but that character Scarlett O'Hara is a real bitch, and I really don't know what anybody sees in her, including Rhett Butler. But anyway, The Robe, to me, I watched The Robe. It's okay. It's not one of my favorite biblical movies or religious movies.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
See, the Sphere is awesome in Vegas, Danny.
No, I'm not going. There's radiation all over the place.
How many cigarettes have you had so far today, Danny?
2.
Honestly. He's had 2 already. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, for God's sake.
No, it's 8:45. What are you talking about?
Jill says she can't believe that Danny fell for that April Fool joke.
You would have fell for it too, JD. Come on. You would have fell for it too.
I don't know who this is. Is this really Peter? I'm mixed up, man. I don't know.
Whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy.
Oh man. I thought Paul's new song would be awful. Still can't handle his old man voice, but listenable. Yeah, finally you're learning it. You're learning to accept the voice for what it is. Yeah.
That should be playing on the radio now. It's going to hit #1 in the UK. It's going to hit #1 in the United States. And that's it. It's going to happen.
So I have no way, and I don't think this is the real Peter, the real Peter Boothworth. So I'm sorry, Peter, but I don't know what I'm grateful for the support of Mr. Mayo community.
We support you, Peter. We support everything that you do.
Maybe it is Peter, but he's like doing an April Fool's joke. I don't know. Oh, absolutely, I can do it. I've done it before. You just have to. The whole thing you got to do is you got to keep wanting. You have to want it. It sounds pretty basic, right? You can't do anything or have anything unless you want it first. I lose the want. I'm like, I don't want it anymore. I don't care anymore. You have to keep wanting it. That's all. Once I want it, forget it. You can't do nothing to stop me. The new Paul song has generated a lot of videos with guitar lessons on it, alternate versions, drum backing, cover versions. Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen that they have those videos out there. Godzilla lives.
I played the song this morning. Robert was here.
Oh my God, I love it.
Robert loves it. Instantly, first take. First time she heard the song, she loved it. In fact, the first 2 sentences of the song, Robert says, it sounds like Paul. I says, it is Paul. It's a new song by Paul McCartney that was just released.
Make sure
Very
you
nice.
I don't listen.
Beautiful song. You know, if you know music, you know, you don't need all drums and all kinds of shit. It's piano based, nice, beautiful.
Exactly, Danny. Don't leave the house. That's my advice. Leaving the house is the biggest mistake mankind ever made. No, I don't think so. People die in the house and nobody knows they're there. Come on, man. You got to go out. Look, I love your 4D, man, but I got to disagree with you on this one. I mean, you got to get exercise. You got to move around. You got to get sun. Not enough sun to make you turn into a piece of bacon, but you got to get some sun energy. Come on.
4D man, I'm a lot like you. I could stay home 24/7.
Not true. That's not
Yes.
true. Danny does not really like staying home every day.
I go next door to my sister-in-law. My brother's gone.
I've learned a lot.
I go to my sister-in-law. Other than that, I don't care. You go to Middletown, you go to, where are you going to go? Stores, spend money. I don't need to spend no money.
When it's time for me to relax, Danny don't want to.
You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. This is a true story. There's no April Fool shit. Okay, the other day, Linda called me and says, this is the 29th. Now, I'm referring to the 29th because my brother died November 29th.
Why are you telling me this? I'm not interested in your life story.
Nicely.
I don't know why you pull this shit for. Okay? It's a very interesting story. You know, just laughing. Anyway, my brother passed away on the 29th of November, okay? The 29th of this last month, my brother's cat had to be put to sleep. The 29th, same day, 4 months. My brother's been gone 4 months. Okay, is it coincidence or?
Come on, it's a coincidence. Anyway, you're the new spokesperson for Devil Dogs.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Very good. They go down easy. Nice with a hot cup of coffee. Mwah.
There you go. There's the best pictures. Let's see. Have I seen any of these? Marty, I've seen. On the Waterfront, I've seen. The Greatest Show on Earth, I've seen. And I saw some of All About Eve. So,
yeah, I've seen a couple of those movies.
Sunset Boulevard, that's a good one. Danny, Las Vegas is not the same as 50 years ago. Danny, do you go around walking the street with a double or single mask?
No, there's no reason. They never set off any atomic bombs in New York.
Three of the top 5 songs are AI, so Paul won't get a number 1.
What?
I don't know.
AI. It's not AI.
In the last few weeks, I've put on the weight you lost. We've all been there. Danny, you should do a cover of Days We Left Behind.
Yeah, you know, it could bring tears to your eyes. You know, he knows he's at the end of his life. He knows, you know, he could live another 10 years.
He should know.
He's going back. He's trying to go. He can't go back. You can't go back to those days.
Hey, Danny. Yeah, if I suggest a Paul McCartney song for you, maybe you heard it already. I don't know. That's also like that when you said about realizing you're getting older and all that. Did you ever hear The End of the End by Paul McCartney?
Probably not. I don't know. I don't even know.
Nah, don't give me this dismissive attitude. So yeah,
I don't know.
All right, you have it maybe. So listen to. You got to remember that The End of the End, and I'll send it to you if I have to. But it's a beautiful song of him looking back on, you know, when he preparing for the day he's not here anymore. He's facing.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that. What about a similar song would be George Harrison all those years ago?
Yeah.
You know, everybody.
It's not that good. That song.
Everybody reminisces of when they were younger, okay, and healthy, and you know, they had a long life ahead of them. You know, now I'm going to be 70. Yeah. If I live to be 80, I only got 10 years left. If I'm lucky, because I got multiple health problems.
I don't think you're going to make it to 80, but I hope you do.
Probably not. Probably not.
I don't say, you know, none of us knows anyway. Hello, I never know how to say your name again, but you know, hello. I haven't seen you here in a while. That's why it's been a minute. Daddy, would you see Wizard of Oz in Hiroshima?
No. I wouldn't go there either. No, that's where they set off atomic bombs too. I'm not joking. This is not a joke.
It's hard to know when you say anything.
These are contaminated places. Go to Chernobyl. Go to Chernobyl in the Ukraine. Go over there and see if you
I
don't
wouldn't
come
even
home.
go. I wouldn't even go near the World Trade Center anymore. What are you kidding?
Yeah. They had commercials about the World Trade Center. A year after, if you were down there and exposed to the contaminants there, you got cancer there. They had lawyer commercials. A year after, 1 year. What did the rain do? It rained in the course of that year. What did it do with those contaminants? They stayed around. The same with radiation. We're screwed. You know what? I'm thinking about this fiber optic shit. Okay, I'm getting a signal from my modem. Okay, it's wireless. Okay, what's it doing? Is it going into my brain, causing problems
I
with
think
my?
that's been going on for your brain for a while. Maybe you're right there.
I'm serious. You know, all these radio waves in the air. You
Go
know,
on.
you know what I mean? You turn your radio on, the station comes in. All these microwaves are in the air. You think they're good for you? I don't think they're good. Microwave, it's not good for you either.
No,
Microwave.
it's not. I use it.
Yeah.
They say it's hard to avoid it, but
You'd be surprised how intelligent I am. I'm
yeah.
a fucking genius. My IQ is 185.
I'm afraid that stupidity always brings out the worst in me.
Stupidity?
Yes, stupidity.
Come on, now touch me, babe. Can't just.
By the way, I am not a fan of John Wayne. I never got the whole John Wayne thing. I never understood that. And the only thing I like John Wayne in is the episode of I Love Lucy where Lucy meets John Wayne.
Oh, that's the one with the footprints. Yeah. I think Lucy's in California. That's good. Never cared for John Wayne. He does nothing for me. Even though I think he was a nice person, but far as because I
He
don't.
died of smoking. He's another one didn't make it with his cigarettes.
I don't like. I'm not crazy about. I don't watch westerns. I can't relate because I grew up in the city. It's all concrete. There's no horses and buggies, and I don't like war movies.
This is the problem with the X-rays. I've had a lot of X-rays, and I mean, I've had like in the last year, I had like a bunch, with my neck and stuff. Yeah, X-ray. What are you gonna do?
Wait a minute, MC 1964. You get more radiation from the sun every day. What do you think? The sun is now. The sun is.
Yes, it is. It is.
Nah. The sun is dangerous. Don't get me.
The sun is healthy for you. Overexposure to the sun, laying around all day in a bikini. Oh boy, I like to see that with some girls. But anyway, laying around all day like this on a thing for like hours and hours and hours on it every day, all day. Yeah, that could be a problem.
It causes the most deadliest cancer. It's called melanoma.
Whoa, look what Mystery Train thinks. Oh, I know. That's Archie Bunker thought that, I think. That's an Archie Bunkerism.
Yeah, no, I'm not. As a person, I think he's okay. I've seen some interviews. He seemed like a nice person, but
Danny, wear a metal hat.
Yeah, sure.
Memory Almost Full is the gem of an album, by the way. I've been to Hiroshima twice, and I have not turned into a mutant yet.
I won't go there.
The Rolling Stones are secretly back with a new album and possible shows. They set up a website under the name The Cockroaches. So I suppose that's a is that, I don't know, what Elliot, I don't know, but is that an April Fool's joke? Or is that real?
No, April Fool's joke. Give me 1 minute.
Hey, radiation can cure cancer, Eddie says.
Nah, radiation, it ruins everything else in your body. It destroys everything else while fighting the cancer.
What are you doing, Danny?
I gotta get more coffee and after exercise my legs for 2 minutes.
By the way, everybody, I changed my title a little bit of the channel again. It's still Mayo Loves Mondays, but I added a different subtitle. I want to know what you think of it. Think about it. I used to call this channel Mayo Loves Mondays, and then I would call it Retired Life. Now I call it Mayo Loves Mondays. That's life. That's life. That's what people say. What do you think of that? Because I don't know. I used the word retired because I wanted to draw in people out there that are into retirement channels, but that hasn't done so well, really. So I put That's Life. We'll see. And I don't know where George is today, music for all four seasons, but he suggested, he thought it was a good idea to take retired out of the title, too. So I need comments because Danny's not here. So where is everybody? That's live. All right. I gotta say though, this house smells like fish. We had fish the other night. You know what I had for the first time? I think monkfish. It was great. It was great, man. It's one of the most like solid knife-worthy fish that I ever ate in my life. So I do like monkfish, I discovered. But the thing is, the house has smelled of fish ever since, even though we cleaned everything. You know, we washed everything. Why does it smell in here of fish? I don't know. So thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. Thank you. Likes it more than retired life. Yeah, so I call it, Mayo loves Mondays. That's life. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I was just curious, would anybody consider, this is a little bit off the beaten path. I don't really want to get political, but the guys in Iran, those guys that are not now no longer here, the leaders of Iran, they were like kings, weren't they? I mean, if you think about it, now they're not here. So, which is interesting observation. Arizona Mick, did I say hello? If not, hello, Arizona Mick. I didn't get a chance to say hello. They want stamps to be 95 cents now, up from 78 cents. Can I tell you? So flipping what? So what? The price of everything goes up. Why not stamps? I used to work for the post office, so maybe that's why I defend the price of the stamps. Look, this is 2026, for God's sake. All these years, postage stamps have been under $1. All these years, everything goes up. Everything goes up. Stamps go up too, but they've never been $1 yet. No, I think I don't see anything wrong with it, to tell you the truth. And not a lot of people use stamps anymore. I do. I use stamps.
There you go. Stick it up for the post office.
Well, like I said, you talk about stupidity. I mean, for God's sake, stamps aren't even $1 yet, in all these couple of hundred years. Do you wear contact lenses? No, I don't. At this point, I don't think I would either. That's the funny thing. I never thought that even because I went one time and I said, what about contact lenses? And he said to me, the guy I saw said, you're not a candidate for contact lenses. I don't know if something with my eyes, but whatever it is. And I decided, no, I like the glasses, I think now. But I like glasses like this. You notice there's no frame down here? I like the clear bottoms. So I watched old videos of me where I had the black, like Danny's wearing now, not that thick, but I had like the black lines all the way around, and I don't like that.
I want to say one thing, okay?
What?
Mailing a stamp is a bargain, okay? It's the packages that keep increasing,
There you go.
For packages. And I want to say one more thing, okay? For
Yeah.
the astronauts in Artemis 2 that are going to be taking off tonight, I hope they have a safe flight. They're gonna fly around the moon. I'm sure everybody heard they're gonna do that. I just hope take the first 3-4 minutes of takeoff is the most dangerous.
Challenger.
Because they got the fuel, the rocket fuel. Very explosive. Any leaks and things like that could be a major disaster. So I'm wishing them well. All four, we love them. They're doing it for us. They're exploring, and they're going to be landing on the moon again. I think 2028.
I got to tell you too. I'm sorry, the space program, they were really lacking behind. I mean, in all this time, they still can't like go around like Star Trek. I mean, when are you going to start really being able to zoom go through like the Star Trek? I don't think it's ever going to happen. They can barely get a rocket in the air, you know. But anyway, see, Mick says the right thing. Sunshine's good for you. Funny thing, since I went carnivore, I don't get sunburn anymore. Inflammation is gone. No more sunburn.
I don't believe all that. That's just
He doesn't believe all that, even though he's a living testament.
I'm going to argue now.
And everybody else that's into carnivore all over the internet say all these miraculous stories too. The thing about me is, though, I said, Mick, I'm not going to go meat only and eggs only. It's not happening. There's going to be vegetables. There's going to be some fruit. There's no way. And there's going to be occasion. Hopefully, if I get kind of where I want, I will have bread and I will have pizza and I will have stuff like that once in a while too. There's no way that I'm going just meat all the time only.
All you meat eaters out there, Paul McCartney hates you.
Who cares? That's another thing. Who cares?
Hey, I remember.
Paul McCartney. Here's what I think of you when you meet. Okay, you're meat-free Mondays. That's what I think. I'll eat all the meat I want, Paul. I love your music. Doesn't mean I got to agree with you on other things.
Wait a minute. If you look at the banner, I call it a banner. Meet Mr. Mayo. The first picture is a picture of Joe wearing a leather coat with Paul McCartney standing next to him. Actually,
I'm not. No. Actually, in that picture on my banner, I took the coat off because it was leather. Let me explain. I know you're gonna. I never thought it. I'm admitting something here. Here we go. But let me say, who cares what Paul thinks? Well, all I could tell you is, it's a long story. But during that period where I was waiting for Paul with other fans, I had a leather coat on, and he would come in and out, and he was like, he wouldn't sign for anybody. And then somebody said to me, "Can I give you a tip?" And I said, "Yeah, what?" He says, "Why don't you ace the leather jacket?" And I said, "Never thought of it. I wonder if he was like pissed because I was wearing a leather jacket." I never gave that a thought. He didn't want anything to do with me. So when he came out one time, I took it off, and you see me I'm wearing like a lumberjack shirt, and you can see the sleeve of the lumberjack. I took it off. And let me tell you something. It must have been like 0 degrees that day, February of 1993. It must have been 0. And the picture with Linda, though, Linda, I'm wearing the leather. That's the funny thing, too. She's got a big smile next to me, and she's all happy to pose with me, and I'm wearing the leather jacket. Yeah, that's the story. All right, anyway, I'm surprised that Marcus didn't have anything to say about my observation about getting rid of those kings over there. Anyway, did I say this before? I remember when 41 cents to 42 cents. Everybody's so damn worried about the stamp prices. There you go. McCartney played a concert to celebrate Apple Computer's 50th anniversary. We get mail 3 times a week. That's wow. I would want that.
We get it 6 times a week. We get it.
If you're expecting something, you want it.
I shall be, girl.
Penny Lane, you're here. You're late, Penny Lane. You're late.
Good morning, Penny Lane. Love you. Hope you're doing well.
Where I was I was living. Yeah, I was in my grandparents' house at the time, and I was watching the news. I don't know if it was live that I watched it, but I saw it. It might have been, after we heard about it, I turned the news on. But yeah, I do remember it.
1986, the end of January of 1986, Challenger exploded. Richard James, I love you, bro.
McCartney can go eat vegetables while I eat meat. Meat has all the vitamins the body needs. I got to admit, Mick 64, you definitely are more aware of this, and you study this more than I do. But I think there's some nutrient. I don't understand the whole thing where certain carnivore people think that vegetables are like bad. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Unless you eat vegetables and it gives you gas or it gives you some kind of agita. I don't understand why people are afraid of vegetables. Like they're bad for you. Vegetables are not bad for you. What is that? What the hell is that all about? Fruit. I support fruit also, although at least with fruit, I could understand people being afraid of the natural sugar content, even though it's it's natural sugar. But that I could almost understand. But the vegetables, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, vegetables are very healthy. The only thing about vegetables is all that shit sprayed with insecticides. And
Yeah, well, that's on everything. Come on, man.
That's the problem. You know,
everywhere. It's shit in meat too.
Yeah, sure.
Do you keep in touch with people from the post office? Not especially. No. Well, Anthony. I don't really want to do political too much, but Cherry Carter put something up there. But I will say to that, no. There's a couple of political comments I don't want to get into here, but I will say, let me do Cherry Carter first. Yeah, exactly. And that goes for everywhere, including here. Exactly. Exactly, Cherry Carter. Let's see. All right. There might not be a post office here pretty soon. They're so far in debt with pensions. So as long as I get my pension. And the guy you're talking about, Marcus, tried to eliminate a guy that was acting like guys that were acting like kings over there, and think about it. He was trying to restore it for the people over there, try to get rid of the tyrants over there. So I don't know if I agree with you, but the dumb part though, I think I agree with you there. The guy's not too bright some of the time. I will tell you that.
I think he's going to be on tonight.
Yeah, whatever. It's common sense. Cavemen ate more vegetables than meat because meat was harder, more dangerous to come by. People were hunter-gatherers. The finds in caves confirm this. I'm glad you brought this up, because what I want to say about this is, if I may say, people always say, well, the cavemen did this and the cavemen had that, so we should do that. Did the cavemen live better than us? No. They were always sick. They died off. You know what I mean? It's like they weren't the healthiest in the world. So just because what the cavemen didn't necessarily mean that was the best way for human life. So I just don't understand. Not just you, Cherry, but other people that do that, So I have to leave to go to work. I hate when that happens, Eric, but thanks for being here. Yeah, timing of the show. What are you going to do,
You have a great day too, Eric.
Price freeze on Liverpool bus fares. This is vital to Quarrymen Beatles development. They got to gigs on buses. They went on buses to the gigs.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, come on. We're down to it. That's it. It's a show over because we got no more comments. Let's go. Get the comments going. Right, Danny?
That's right. We work off the people that watch. So what'd you do all week, Joe? I haven't heard from you. It was very quiet.
I followed my routine, my lifestyle eating routine, and I walked every day, and I went to see Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
Of course I have. Shame on you, man. You watch my channel. You like my channel. I've done it twice. What are you talking about? At least twice since I've been on the channel. Come on, Ramoga. Get your head out of Godzilla's ass.
Oh, Jesus.
Cafe. Bellina.
Oh.
McCartney doesn't like people that eat meat, and Ringo does dislike people that look at this mangled question. Comment doesn't dislike people that ask for autographs. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's Bill Eddie, man.
And not want somebody.
I don't know anything about geography. Isn't Arizona west? I've been in Arizona.
No, I don't think Arizona's.
Is that the coast? You mean California? No, I haven't.
The hell knows.
What is
But
that?
I don't think Paul McCartney hates people that eat meat. No,
I didn't even believe that would be true.
no.
Hate is a strong word, Danny.
Yeah, I don't think he hates
that's a
people that eat meat.
false fact.
Yeah, but
Oh man, you put an arm right in the camera.
Sorry.
Robin grabbed the spoon that was on my table.
Oh.
Don't do that in the middle of a freaking stream. Come on, man.
Please accept my apology. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
No one's to blame for the days we left behind. Wow.
A lot of those lyrics don't make sense. I got to be honest with you. No one's to blame for the days we left behind. It was to blame. I mean, I like some of the lyrics, I do, but they're very like they're not that clear. They're like cryptic, and that's fine. I like people getting on me. Oh, what about John Lennon with all his cryptic messages? What about Dylan with his? All right, Jesus, fine. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. But actually, I do like the lyrics for the most part in the new McCartney song. I'm not saying I don't like it. I've never seen this. I've never seen The Skull, the movie. I know people say it's good, but I've never seen it. Never seen it. No, McCartney's got it. He's worried about the animals. He thinks that by him not eating meat, that's going to save the animals, and it's never happened yet. It probably won't. Christopher Lee, my personal friend, who I met twice.
Yeah, did you know the other day that Dash Crofts passed away?
Who?
Dash Crofts. Dan Seal. Dash Crofts. Seals and Crofts, you know?
Oh, really?
You're kidding! Yeah, he passed away. I don't even think it's a week now. Yeah. I love that song, Summer Breeze. That's a beautiful song, you know. And Hummingbird and
it is a good song. That is it's the only song they got.
No.
I don't know anything.
Oh, you stupid, Joe.
Which is the best James Bond villain? Well, the best James Bond henchman is Jaws. Richard Keel is the best, but not Odd Job, that idiot with the dirt throwing the hat. But anyway, which is the best villain? I guess I got to go with Goldfinger. I got to go with Goldfinger, or yeah. I mean, that's
another franchise I never liked. James Bond.
You're not a man, so I understand that.
On any of those films, don't like that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Marcus and I are really of a like mind on this. McCartney's the one who's preaching practices. Yeah, I heard about this. The guy, whoever the principal was in Back to the Future.
Right. Yeah. I heard that too. 95. What more do you want? Really?
Yeah, really. I mean, wow. I saw like William Shatner is 95, and he's got this. He looks amazing when he was on stage. I saw him at the convention on a video. I do like the song Goldfinger. Now, the best song for me is Nobody Does It Better, Carly Simon.
Yeah, that's a great song.
But Goldfinger's really good too, sure. And it's funny because even though I like the song "Live and Let Die" by Paul McCartney, I don't love it. I don't love it in the James Bond movie. I don't know if that makes sense, but I like the song, but I don't love it as a James Bond thing.
Yeah, they did that in concert in 1990. You know, that was fantastic, man. When they did "Live and Let Die," you know, in concert, that was fantastic.
Yeah, he's been doing it that way ever since, Danny.
I don't care. I love it. I could watch it over and over again. Beautiful.
The one thing that still annoys me about McCartney is him still trying to play the victim in the whole "How do you sleep" thing. He says John was being very mean to me in song, blah blah blah. But he does admit that he kind of started it with too many people. Don't forget the Ram album has the song "Too Many People," where he goes after John singing, among other things, "Too many people preaching practices," and now Paul does nothing but preach meat-free Mondays. Hypocrite. And John responded with "How do you sleep?" Now, Paul also on the Ram album has a picture of one beetle, a beetle, the bug, one beetle screwing another beetle on the back. So he's not, but I remember John in an interview say, "You don't understand Paul like I understand him." Paul's idea is like to look completely straight, but have just his ear painted blue. Like he doesn't want to come out and say, "John, you want to?" I'm like that. You want to insult me? You throw little jabs at me. I'll give you the knockout punch. John just comes right out. Boom. How do you sleep? Okay, right in your face. I love it. No beating around the bush.
But out of that, we got great songs. I love Too Many People.
I'm not a big fan of Back to the Future. I'm pretty sure, I don't even remember if I saw the original in the theater, although I think I did. I think I saw the original Back to the Future, but I definitely never saw any of the sequels on TV or home video or anything.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Well, you say you don't believe in cavemen. You got one sitting right here. You got one sitting right here. Danny.
You don't believe in cavemen? Sure, there was cavemen.
You don't believe in Ringo's movie, Caveman? I do.
That's a good movie. That's funny.
It's a funny movie, right? See, we agree on that, Danny, right?
Yeah. And me, Lowry.
Yeah, the rent's due today because I wonder if we're going to pay it. And I got to find out from. I have to ask her that too. That's another thing. Okay, I want you to talk about this, Danny. 99% of the pesticides we consume are produced by plants themselves as a defense mechanism against pests. This means that when we eat fruits and vegetables, we are ingesting these natural pesticides. Right now, as you speak to me, wherever you are, you got garbage in your lungs. Wherever you are, there's stuff in the air, even if you're in your house, you're outside. But then again, if I say that, then I'm not sticking true to my old motto about you try to control what you can control. You can't help what you can't help, right? So maybe I'm going against my own rule there.
Nah, I disagree with
nothing. There's stuff in the water too. I mean, come on.
I disagree with the whole statement. It's a lot of bullshit because we have a garden in the back, and Robin don't spray. What you got to do is take the bugs off by hand, and she puts them in, and I forgot what she puts them in, and they die. If not, all the plants get eaten. The same one next door. My sister-in-law used to have a beautiful garden, stuff like that, a fence around it, and the woodchucks, groundhogs, whatever you want to call them, they would dig and go under the fence and eat everything. No, they got to be sprayed by poisons, otherwise bugs take over. Pesticides are for animals, insecticides is for insects, herbicide is for grass. Your weeds that grow up, to take away from the plant. We're screwed. We're eating all those chemicals. Anybody who uses Roundup, weed killer, poison. You got lawyer commercials, Roundup commercials there, bladder cancer, liver cancer, this cancer, that cancer, all a list of different cancers by Roundup, weed killer. Definitely chemicals killing everybody. I've seen chemicals on products. They're 15 letters long. Words I don't even know how to pronounce. What is that stuff? What are we consuming? We're screwed. I think the cancer rates have gone up pretty much. Everybody here, died of cancer, especially in California. For some reason, California, a lot of actors died of cancer. That's because California's polluted. A lot of industrial, a lot of carbon monoxide. Petroleum is a carcinogen. You can't get away from it. All your plastics. That's why with this shit going on there, we're gonna pay more for everything. We're the ones that pay the price. You know, heating oil hit almost $6 a gallon. Okay, so to fill up your tank is $1,375, where normally it would cost you about $8. So you know, what about the poor woman on Social Security that collects a small pension, a small Social Security check, and she needs to buy oil? You know, luckily this didn't happen in November, because with this all those single digits we had for like weeks like that, forget about it. People will be paying $4,000 or $5,000 in a year for fuel oil, where it's normally half. You know, so it started at the right time. You know.
If you're asking me if I go to the eastern end of Long Island often, I go not all the way out, but I have, but not often. That's the best I could say. The reason I was off screen is because today's the rent's due, and I'm just asking my girlfriend if we're ready to pay the rent and all that. I'm getting personal again. Danny said we got a rainy day, and she has to check her bank account and all this stuff. And the thing is, when I go out there, she's in the bathroom and she's brushing her teeth. I'm brushing her teeth now. I'm like, I'm live, man. I can't. She said, hold on, man. I'm like, so anyway. Otherwise, the guy will have to wait to the second instead of the first. That's the way it is. Do I ever consider living in a warmer part of the country? Absolutely. We're not going to, but I would. If I don't know, I think if I. Okay, thanks for telling us. Thanks for sharing that with us. Anyway, do you ever consider living in a warmer part of the country? Yeah, I mean, in the perfect world, I would like to live in Arizona, or I've been in Arizona or Florida. Florida probably, for a lot of reasons, I'd like to be in Florida. But the thing is, I don't want to live with his sinkholes, and I don't want to live with his hurricanes. Okay, so I'm concerned about that.
Sinkholes? What the hell are you worried about sinkholes?
And hurricanes, yeah. I'm not. What do you mean? Why? You're worried about going to Las Vegas one time.
Yeah, sure. That's a different story, but there's not sinkholes all over. And I didn't get a chance to answer that comment. Oh. No, I got my family here. I got my family here. Where am I going to go?
Family schmamly. No, I shouldn't say that, because I do believe in the family thing. I didn't like that my mother moved to Florida back in the day. That was wrong.
If I had to move to Utah.
I agree that food isn't the same as it used to be.
No.
Over 90% of all plants are toxic to humans because of naturally occurring pesticides. They have trouble banning man-made pesticides because of this. I don't know what to say, man. It's just too crazy. I mean, you may be right. You're probably right. You are right. But I'm not going to stop eating vegetables. Come on, man.
Yeah. They said the two most toxic items out there, as far as pesticides, is spinach and strawberries.
Spinach and strawberries, great. Right. I don't eat spinach much, but strawberries once in a while.
Oh, you shouldn't have it because it got vitamin K.
I know. I have thick blood, so I'm not supposed to be
a clotting factor.
I know about that. So there you go.
I should have been a doctor or a mad scientist.
Yeah, I know all that too. So I guess I should have been. We got a lot of stuff here. Our tomatoes are watery, bland, pale. When I went to South Africa and bought just supermarket tomatoes, my God, it was like 1960s tomatoes. So tasty.
The problem with tomatoes is they pull them too early because they got to be transported here and there. They got to go through a process in the plant and stuff like that, and they get distributed. They pull the stuff too prematurely. That's the problem.
I have a bad habit, and I admit it. I don't wash apples. I don't wash even berries. And, come on. I mean, I get berries. I eat them right out of the plastic thing. I don't even put them under the. But the thing is, Sometimes I'll rinse berries, but there's commercials they got there. You see these commercials where they have this gizmo with the natural cleaner or whatever for vegetables and fruits. They put it in their water. They press the button, and all this black crap and everything comes out. This misty, cloudy shit comes off fruits and vegetables. So even if you rinse your apples, you're still getting shit and wax and all this other crap.
As far as vegetables, all you need is a colander. You know what a colander is? Is a bowl with a lot of holes. That's all you need. Apples, no, I never washed them. Never think about it.
Yeah. Good morning, Walkman. It's April. Damn right it is. This is, by the way, I should mention, today's April 1st. This is my favorite time of year, from April 1st all the way till November 1st. November I could deal with, but December through March I hate mostly. But anyway, I like this question. How much soda pop do you drink? The last 4 days, 0. Before that, tons. The thing is, I've gone months without any soda. And when I was younger, I went years without any soda. And then there's times when I drink it almost every day or almost every day and I get addicted to it. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
So it's the worst thing you can have. Oh, come on. That's too low, man.
You get your alarm going off?
Yeah, you get too low.
I'm gonna die. Hey, Lola Farina. How about Lola?
Yeah, get her out of here. You're right about the tomatoes, Dan.
Thank you. Yeah, they pull this shit too early. The same with a lot of products, and you lose the flavor. The flavors,
Do you eat Korean or Japanese foods? Now, I don't think I eat Korean, but I eat sushi. Okay, and I got to tell you, I haven't had sushi in a while, but I love it, and I can have that a lot now. I know it's uncooked. You got to be taking chances with sushi. In fact, I knew a doctor one time when I was in a real sushi kick in the 1990s. I used to go have sushi almost every night practically, and I would go over, and there was a doctor there that was also getting sushi, and we talked about it while we were waiting for our order. And he said, let me tell you something, I'm a doctor. He says, you don't want to hear what sushi does to you, because I love it. So he says, I love it, so I'm still going to eat it. He goes, but you don't want to know. And I said, I don't want to know. But one last thing, Daddy, is that right now I'm not eating it because it's got the rice, rice with it. But you can get sashimi, which is just a fish with no rice.
No. Nothing raw.
You like sushi? You eat sushi?
No, I never had it, never will. No. I don't like raw. I wouldn't eat raw fish.
No.
As far as Korean or Japanese food is probably good, but the only Asian food I ate was Chinese. I love Chinese food.
Yeah. Well, the thing about sushi, people say they wouldn't eat it, man.
I'll tell you something about Chinese food. The way Americans eat it, they ordered a peppered steak or chicken with broccoli with rice and stuff like that. The Chinese don't eat like that. Only when they have their New Year festivals. Okay, because I lived with a Chinese girl for 10 years. I had a girlfriend, she was from China, 10 years. Okay, they eat steamed vegetables, steamed rice. None of that stuff that you buy in a Chinese store. A lot of people believe that the Chinese eat like that every day. Nonsense.
Well. The thing about the Chinese with the rice, how come there's not a lot of heavy people, Chinese people, but they eat rice?
Well, because they're probably very active. Very active. They burn that shit right off. They don't lay around like you at the computer for 10 hours, Joe.
Let's see. This thing about eat dessert, just find dessert. Dessert could be anything. Dessert could be an apple. What's dessert? You mean fatty desserts like ice cream, cake, and stuff like that? No, not now. I mean, I did.
Everybody's entitled to a dessert. Okay, you only live once. Okay, people worry about.
And you want to live as long as you can.
Yeah. But down the road, when you're 85, some people that can't hear, they can't see well, they can't walk. enjoy yourself now. What about the end of the world? It could happen anytime now.
Yeah, it's
You
a
never
stupid
know.
attitude.
Yeah, sure.
I do believe that it's about time. If God's going to come back or Jesus is going to come back, this is the time to do it. Okay, and not just right now. The last couple of years. I'm talking about the last 30 years, 20 years at least.
Walkman, that's right. I never wash my carbonated vegetables.
Exactly. Danny, do you brush your teeth twice a day and use floss?
Yeah, I floss all the time. Here, look. Where's my floss?
What am I going to say here? No.
What about Joe? Where the hell's my
Oh,
flossy?
yeah, 3 times a day sometimes.
Where's my flossy thing?
It looks like there's something in it.
No. It's wore out. I gotta get a new one.
Come on, he puts up a worn out piece of floss that he's been using in his teeth.
Yeah, it's garbage. Yeah, I just let it there because it's good for other uses. But yeah, I brush my teeth. Sure.
Sure,
What
3
about-
times
what
a day.
about you, Joe?
I'm not a big believer in twice a day. Oh, you're supposed to do it twice. I do it like once.
Every time after you eat, you're supposed to brush your teeth.
Oh, please. What do you do when you go out before a movie?
When you come home, you brush them.
Yeah, well, that's right after. That's not right after the meal.
Well, you can carry a brush with you and toothpaste.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Danny says his famous quote about not being able to eat the same thing all the time is a euphemism for something else. Sometimes you want to move on from rice and get pasta.
Yeah. I'm talking about in relation to women. You're married.
Right.
You have rice every day. You get tired of rice. You want spaghetti. So
I'm with you 1,000%.
Oh shit! Men are evil. I come to the conclusion.
No.
Men are very evil.
No.
I love you, Marcus. Marcus, I love you out there. I want you to be safe. Get your education so you can make some cash.
And I definitely hope Marcus gets an education too. I really do. Yes, indeed. I agree with that one. Is Anthony close to retiring from the post office? He should have enough money saved up from being a penny pincher. What is his story right now? I think he is. I think right now he's in the. Yeah, he just turned 60. I think. Yeah, he just got. I think he's just officially done.
Joe claims that he don't have no money. I don't believe that shit.
Who, Anthony? Oh, you don't know anything. He doesn't have money.
Yeah, they gotta tell you.
Don't you? That's you. Don't project your own habits onto everybody else.
In the bank. Come on.
How much does it cost for private health insurance over there?
Well, when you hit 65, you get it through Medicare. They take out $212 deducted from your check, and you have your co-payments when you go to the doctor. It's 20, 25, 50.
I wouldn't really know. It's very expensive, I hear, but because I get it through my job. But next year at this time, I'll be starting to get. Is it Medicaid, Medicare? What is it? I'm going to get that next year.
Medicaid is welfare.
Oh, forget it then. Medicare. So I'll be getting Medicare next birthday, next April. This birthday, but
right.
Joe is a common example of how education don't really lead to knowledge. Right. No. I don't know how she means that, but I'm saying like, I hope you mean. Oh no! I thought this was Jill. I don't know. I'm sorry. When I saw Thompson, I thought it was JD.
When you said she,
I'm sorry. I thought it was JD Thompson. Nah, I'm sorry. Look, you know what it is? There's a lot of people out there that are sadly brainwashed and they drink the Kool-Aid, and and it's unfortunate, because a lot of people believe stuff they're told. We did this already. Yeah, but the health insurance, I say I get it through my job. Right now, it's not that much. Well, I guess, I don't know, it's $200-ish a month. A lot these days, probably not. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family and contain a toxin called. I'm going to eat tomatoes till it's coming out of your ears, Mick64. Okay? Tomatoes are good for you. They help cancer and stuff like that. Anyway.
Tomatoes are considered a fruit, not a vegetable.
Yeah, I know that, Danny.
Look
You're
at
really smart. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hello, Gary. By the way, yeah, you're late, Gary. It's low. It's low, and it's not even. It's not even interesting today. Look at that, 90. Come on.
Look at that.
I know what you're saying, Marcus. Yeah, I agree with that, Marcus, about the Kool-Aid and everything. Me, I wouldn't know because I'm in the middle. You see, there's times when I'm sitting here and I'm like, I go one way, then I go the other way, and it depends. It just depends on what the subject is. You know what I mean? Seriously, I know we kid around about this a lot, but it really is. You don't believe that, Marcus. I know, but it's the truth. I'm very anti-gun, for example, and it's got nothing to do. Although I do believe in the Second Amendment, I believe the Second Amendment should be modified a little bit somehow. I don't believe it should be eliminated. I believe it should be worked on and modified. So what does that tell you? I mean, come on. I try to use common sense. That's what it's about, common sense. And not many people have common sense today.
I'm not against owning guns. That's our right.
Well, you see, but that doesn't. I told you, neither am I against it for self-protection. But the thing is, one thing I've always wondered is the comment. You're entitled to free speech, right? How do they write it? You're entitled to free speech, but you're not entitled to have it without consequences. And I'm sitting there, I'm saying, if there are consequences to free speech, what's free about it? Think about that. If free speech can lead to consequences, then how is it free?
Not.
I would think free speech means free without any consequences. I'm not sure I understand that line.
Because
you're not going to go to jail for it?
On a chat, you're supposed to say unlived. That person unlived himself. You can't use the proper words.
Yeah, I know that because everybody's too damn sensitive today. Yeah.
Bullshit, you know. But I say what I want.
You know, here you don't.
No, maybe not here, but everywhere else.
And by the way, did I say official hello? I don't know if I did.
No, we didn't. Hi, Gary. And Robin's the other side of the house. I don't have any devil dogs. I don't have any. They're gone.
Yeah, we can agree because one side thinks what you said, second coming, and the other side thinks the devil incarnate or Hitler incarnate, and both are ridiculous. Although maybe the first one, not so much. This will never happen. No. This will never happen.
That would be a major mistake if you had a 4th channel with politics.
No, I'm not going to get into that stuff. Like I say, Danny, that's the best I'll say on it. Okay, I'm in the middle. It depends on the subject. I don't believe in I compare Yoko to it. Like Yoko, what I call it, Yoko Ono it's like everything she says is wrong to some people, right? Yes, she broke up the Beatles. Yeah, she's the one that made sure that Paul McCartney got busted in Japan. Yeah, Yoko is the one that the reason John got killed because of Yoko. Blah, 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 blah. It's like everybody believes all this stuff, and it's not true. That kind of thing, and people just go with it. So really, we got to get some of this stuff off. I don't want to really talk about politics. I know I kind of indulge slightly, but hello, Uncle Paul.
Good morning.
Big Playhouse.
Good morning.
Subscribe to Uncle Paul before he has a heart attack, will you please? Vinyl Purge hasn't come yet. There's a record show in May that I'm thinking of going to, bringing the records there. But like I say, there's more involved in that than just going to your local record stores and getting what you can for them.
Yeah, I don't believe
that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not looking back this time. People, let's see, seeing is believing, folks. Seeing is believing. This guy's going to sell them. He's going to buy them back. Done, man. I got a happy feeling about it. I got a happy resolvement, if that's a word, resolvement. I feel resolved. It's resolved, man. I'm a CD guy. I listen to CDs when I want to hear music. And I discovered also, as you know, I'm going to be listening mostly to Beatles and solo Beatles the remainder of my life. That's the way it is. There's so much material in Beatles and solo Beatles that you could theoretically, between the Beatles and all four of them as individuals, and live concerts, interviews, recordings, demos, radio shows, BBC outtakes, all this kind of stuff. You could be set for life, and all the collectibles. It's a whole world of its own. But every now and then, I'm going to want to reach for a CD. Every once in a while, I will reach for a CD.
Adele, oh God,
absolutely.
Watch. Oh God, yo, that's more like it.
Okay, let's do it for a while.
Tokens, I don't know their music.
Okay.
Tonight. Hey Paul, yeah, I remember that song.
I'll shock you some more.
That song came out when I was a kid. Sade, yeah, she got.
I got it just for Smooth Operator. That's it. Once in a while, when I'm in the mood to play Smooth Operator, I'll pull this out. Life's too short to play the whole thing. Sorry. Maybe I will for a video or something, but.
Very good.
What's my point here? I'm going to have it's easy. Like I just said, once in a while I'm in the car. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll pull this out for the drive. But I'm not going to be sitting there putting on vinyl by Cher, a vinyl by whoever it is. I can't even think of all the artists. No. Beatles, yeah. Beatles, solo Beatles, yeah. So there we go. What was the first album you got? I have the answer to that. I love that question. It was the 1986 album, Good Music, by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. That was the first CD I ever owned, and it knocked my socks off compared to the vinyl at the time.
I don't remember mine.
Yeah, there you go. Off the ground. Yeah. La. Yeah, okay. Do you get a physical copy of the newspaper? No. Those days are gone. Now, that's something I look at and scratch my head. What is it up to now? Newspapers in New York. $2 or something for a newspaper? No, that's done.
Yeah.
Whose new song do you like better? Paul's Days We Left Behind or Ringo's It's Been Too Long? I do not like Ringo's song at all, the new one. I don't like it. I much like Paul's new song better. But ask me if I like the song Look Up better than Days We Left Behind. And I like Ringo's Look Up song better than Days We Left Behind. Because it's more commercial, poppy, but
It's Been Too Long is very repetitive, lyrics-wise. And Joe got no taste.
If it's one thing I got taste in, it's music, definitely.
The Days We Left Behind is going to go to number one. It should be on the radio now.
Well, if it's not, they don't play things on the radio like that anymore. Maybe they will. Paul hasn't had a number one since 1983. Say with Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson is part of the reason why he had the number one.
Well, that's a good song. I love that song.
Huh?
I love that song. I love Michael Jackson, man.
I so do I. I'm going to see. By the way, I'm going to see the movie. I'm going to see the documentary.
Greatest performer that ever lived on stage. Greatest.
No way. Over Elvis?
Yep.
Well, you need help if that's the case. But anyway, I'm going to see the Michael biopic because I saw the trailer. It looks all right.
Yeah. 2009, people. We lost him 2009. Look, all the years have passed already.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't miss him that much. I didn't really like where he was going musically at that point anyway.
No,
Mets are 3-2 after the first 5 games. That's kind of sucky. Yeah, of course I had an 8-track. Yeah, I had 8-track players. Sure.
no, never owned one. I started
And
out.
yes, that's an interesting bit of Beatles trivia. The last number 1 by a solo Beatle was George Harrison, what got my mind set on you. Also, George Harrison was the first Beatle to have a number 1 with My Sweet Lord. So George was. I love little tidbits like that. You know, it's always about Lennon and McCartney, but George Harrison was the first Beatle to get a solo number 1 and the last, which I think is interesting. And Ringo Starr is the only solo Beatle to have 2 number 1s on one album. In 1973, Ringo put out the self-titled Ringo album, and it yielded 2 number 1 hits, Photograph and You're 16. Both became number 1. Also, the song Oh My My on that album was another hit, but not number 1. It almost had 3 number 1s on that album. Even Paul hasn't done 2 number 1s on one album.
You're 16. You're beautiful in your mind.
Which blows away the original in that case.
You know the girl's underage.
All right, enough. Knock it off.
It's
Gotta start shit. Just take it for what it is. That's part of the problem today. Nobody was thinking that when it was out, but now today everybody thinks that because everybody's so damn
yeah,
good.
we're thinking about it now.
You know what I mean? It's just a song, and the singer doesn't necessarily have to be 30, 32 either, or whatever he was, 31, 32, 33. You know, it's a God help us. It's just a song, man.
There's a go today.
I used to collect newspapers, or some of them, and I still have them. You know, there you go. The Daily News is $3, and you want to talk about a rag? You want to talk about a newspaper that's to wipe your ass with? It's the Daily News, New York Daily News. What a piece of crap that is. I rewatched West Side Story. Do you have the soundtrack album? I have never watched West Side Story, nor do I care to. Whatever, just not my thing. I'm sure it's great.
The original, fantastic.
At least Ringo can almost sing. Here we go. Just like I said, you either accept it. I like that a lot of people are saying, you know, I got to admit, I like Paul on the new song. You know, I like even though he's old, I like deal with it. Just accept it. Roll with the punches, man. Enjoy take the ride with Paul into senior citizen. I have to get off here because I'm running late. I'm just noticing. So we're gonna wind this down a little bit here, okay? He doesn't. Ringo doesn't play, and it's a shame. The new songs because he feels people don't want to hear him. Although last time when he played in Nashville and whatever he did play 2 songs from the new album. Thankfully, he did play "Look Up" and what's the other one? "Time on My Hands." Excuse me. I didn't see the Billy Preston movie. I got to start winding down here. I think I agree that Michael Jackson is the better performer than Elvis. Michael had the dance spectacle that gives him the leg up. Why does Elvis have to dance in order for it to be good? Look, Elvis Presley requires no defending. It's ridiculous. Not even close to me. Ridiculous. Although Michael Jackson was great in the 80s, you know, especially. I'm not taking nothing away from that. Michael was great in the 80s. I just bought Billy Joel live at Yankee Stadium. What an amazing performer in his prime.
Yeah.
I like Billy Joel. A lot of people don't like him.
It's a great concert. I have that concert. It's a great concert.
Did Danny see the MJ program on TMZ about when his hair caught fire during a Pepsi commercial? I remember that when it happened.
I remember, but I don't know if it was. I don't think it was TMZ. It was. I don't know how long after it happened. Yeah, his hair caught fire, and then he got on those painkillers. You know, painkillers and stuff like that, and they're very addictive. You know.
I recently sold all my Lennon death papers intact. No reason to save. I still have them. They're not worth anything, though. I don't think.
Nah,
Post is $2. The Daily News is $3. They're making us wait an awful long time for Paul's new album. Yeah. Usually once announced, it's not too long until it's released. Okay, I'm going to end with this. I need more Fab Gab ranking videos. Well, you'll get them because I have at least 2 albums in mind. 2 albums I already have in mind. I'm definitely going to do this year. And I'm going to try to do more than just those two. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I got to get ready to roll. And don't forget that meat is the natural human diet. Always want everybody to know that. Paul McCartney.
Peanut butter.
And Richard says, my messages clearly didn't go through today. If you say so, I don't know. Thank you all. We shall be back again next Wednesday.
Take care, everybody. I love you all. Be safe.